it's Sidney Jones with Campus Reform, and in case you missed the videos from this week, we have a bunch of craziness to talk about, so let's just get straight into it. Start us off, Oregon State University is now requiring their undergraduate students to complete 2 additional courses for their core education requirement. And just what is this new subject? Oh, right. Difference, power, and oppression. Now, this requirement is only for students who were enrolled in OSU in the summer of 2025 and thereafter. But we have to remember here, it's not just one course, it's 2, a foundations course and an advanced course. And let's not forget that professors have to go through specialized training before they can even teach the class. Now, when I was reading the curriculum on the website, I wasn't exactly surprised to see ideas of feminism and curricular transformation mixed in with the pot of systemic oppression. But what was surprising was finding a reason why for all of this craziness. The advanced course description says that students will examine how the inequitable distribution of social, political, and economic power is sustained through systems of oppression. Foundations course offers something similar, in being that it requires students to engage in critical reflections on structures and ideologies that sustain systemic oppression while also themselves promoting anti-racist engagement. Now, what's crazy is that if you look at OSU's website, there are already a plethora of courses that satisfy this requirement, and among them is a Disney course. Yes, a Disney course examining race, gender, sexuality, and class in the old animated films, because we are just on a mission to make the happiest place on earth the most oppressive place on earth. Let's also remind ourselves that this is taking place at a university where in-state students are paying $40,000 for tuition, room, and board, and out-of-state students are paying over $65,000. But if you think that OSU is an isolated instance of this higher education power dominance, think again, because the Student Government Association at the University of Maryland is facing renewed criticism for their targeted anti-Israel resolutions. Now, to back up, the SGA has passed multiple resolutions that are targeting Israel, including calling the university to prevent members of the Israel Defense Forces from speaking on campus. This raises a pretty serious question. Why is a university student government group making foreign policy its priority, especially when Jewish students couldn't even participate in the process since one of the main votes was scheduled over Yom Kippur? Seems pretty difficult to call that inclusive and or tolerating, if you ask me. But sorry, the bad news doesn't stop here, because now several universities are now threatening students with investigations and disciplinary action for deadnaming. You know, deadnaming, the tragic case of referring to somebody by their God-given name. And this is already happening. Point Park University, for example, just notified their students that action could be taken if a complaint was filed for misgendering because, as the university puts it, the impact of somebody's words could matter even if the speaker's intent was different. When universities start to decide what students can say or not say and threatening disciplinary action otherwise, we are just talking about manners anymore. We are talking about a university inserting itself into one of the most basic forms of expression. When we put all 3 of these stories together, we kind of see a consistent pattern here. We have targeted resolutions, ideological courses that we're required to take now, and word policing. This is what higher education is increasingly looking like for us. For the amount of money students are paying, I think it's a fair question to ask whether we're actually receiving an education or just being dumped on an institution to be told what to think. Find out more about these stories as well as other similar stories at campusreform.org.